For the fourth time in the new era of our civilian dispensation since 1999, we have the fourth minister from the Plateau appointed to administer sports. You will recall that between 1999 and 2001, under the Olusegun Obasanjo administration, we had Damishi Sango. We also had Ishaya Makaku from 2001 to 2002. Stephen Akiga, also from the Plateau, was sports minister between 2002 and 2003. And now we have another sports minister from the Plateau. Solomon Dalong is Minister of Youth and Sports. And we hope with the Olympics just right at the corner and the Super Eagles who are making effort to qualify for the 2018 World Cup in Russia, and of course the Nations Cup. Also other sports involved, since we are getting close to the Olympic here. We hope the minister will be focused on this, and we should be able to see practical values added to positive results when it comes to sports. And talking about positive results, the Eaglets are back home with us, and of course it has been a success story as the young lads stunned the world and made history in Chile 2015. The most important thing is how we can annex this voice and get the best from them, right from the age group category to the Super Eagles. And of course, we had a Nigerian who became a world champion when it comes to the game of Scrabble. Suddenly, we have become perfectionists in the language that we were taught. So it's good tidings to see Nigerians excel when it comes to the world of sports. It is Hot Sports, and it promises to be a very exciting package of the program this weekend.
Hot Sports cranks up the heat this Saturday with fresh sports news and incisive analysis backed by exciting visuals. Hot Sports, your unique source of sport information, education and entertainment, inimitably delivered via hot, scorching argument where no one blinks. Don't miss it.
Well, before we go into the major issue on Hot Sports this week, the Golden Eaglets are, of course, the team that is making everybody happy at this moment. And with us from Abuja is the coach of the Golden Eaglets, Emmanuel Amunike, ex-international, former Barcelona star, a very cool-headed coach who has achieved the needed results, the kind of results that will continue to boost Nigeria's hope when it comes to attaining the kind of feat that will bring joy to everybody. Emmanuel, you are very much welcome to Hot Sports this afternoon.
Go. Okay. First, we're talking about the team. You were with this team in Dubai 2 years ago. It was a successful story. Were you under any pressure from the onset, considering the achievements of the team 2 years ago and the one you took to Chile this time?
Everybody is sorry. It's the same question people are asking. Whether we're under pressure, we're under. It's not about being under pressure. It's all about being responsible. For me to be part of the story in Dubai, of course, in Nigeria we are in a country whereby people don't believe. A lot of people don't believe in other people's ability. But the most important thing is that. It's not even about me, it's about the players. And we thank God that we were able to guide them to write their story. But pressure is part of the job. Not being pressure is part of the job. It's all about being whom you are and doing what is right and knowing what to do and believing that as long as you are doing the right thing and working very hard, time will heal what reason cannot heal. And we are grateful. We thank God. What we have achieved is not even about me. I think what counts most is the happiness of Nigerians, and I'm glad and I'm happy that Nigerians are happy, and hopefully we continue collectively to do what is right, and so that our people, people that matters, Nigerians' happiness will continue to grow.
Your mindset before this tournament was definitely anybody in your shoes will want a successful a successful outcome. Would you say you were surprised, overwhelmed by this historic achievement? Because it was an achievement that broke records here and there. Would you say you were a little bit overwhelmed at the end of the day?
It's not that I'm a little bit overwhelmed, because one thing in life, whatever one is doing, you have to believe in what you are doing. You have to believe in yourself. I have already said it from day one. We will do our best. What we own God, and what we own ourselves is justice and fairness, and making sure we are doing the right thing. So for me to have served this country as a player, and after many years, and I'm back again, I'm privileged to serve them as a coach. I think for me it's a privilege, and I'm grateful to Nigeria. But what matters is being honest and being realistic, and knowing your strength and knowing how you can grow. We are grateful, that we'll be able to break the record. We are grateful to God, because without God, nothing is possible. Without hard work, and hard work will only take you to achieve success. So I'm grateful that we have this mindset that it's only through hard work and believing in what we are doing will take us to the next level. So hopefully we continue to do what we know best.
Coach, there are side reports that the NFF will offer you the job of the Eaglets again to ensure continuity. If you are offered, would you like to go on as a coach that is developing youths from the grassroots?
Well, my brother, the most important thing is we are grateful for the moment. I think now I'm going back to see my family. I'm going back to stay with my loved ones, and then when the time comes, we see about that. We'll see what to do. But for now, it's just to disconnect. It's easy for people to talk. Everybody can say whatever they want to say. So we just have to give thanks to God. And then when the time comes, we know what the future holds. Nobody can easily tell what will happen tomorrow. But the most important thing, we know today, and we are grateful to today, and we are grateful to God who made it possible.
And finally, Coach, there has been this issue of saying there is a disconnect between these boys when they are growing up to be big players in future. That we do so well in the youth level, but we don't do well at the senior level. What do you have to say about this disconnect?
Well, of course, people, it's the same questions everybody been asking in Chile, this and that. But of course, they have reason. We are in a country where when we look at our background on this youth category, we have done so well. But of course, the football you're talking about today has to do a lot of things. The knowledgeable aspect, the theoretical aspect, the practical aspect. These our players, not even all these ones. A lot of players has to be, they have to be informed. They have to be knowledgeable. They have to know what to do. So that there will be continuity. When you are in a country, I'm sorry to say this, when people they're only interested in immediate results, and people are not even thinking about tomorrow. Like today, we are happy. We have won this cup back to back. The question is, what are we doing next to guarantee continuity? What are we investing, or we are just merely talking and we are happy, and then after that we see continue to ask ourselves a question. We are in a country whereby people, when there is success, everybody is happy. And after some time, we start to ask, what is happening? Why is it that we are not progressing? I think we have to invest. And for you to be among the best at top level, you have to spend money. That is the trade reality. We have to spend money. Our players have to be, we have to teach our players to understand that football is not only just you are talented. There are a lot of things that make it to be better. There are a lot of things that make them to be much better players. And when a player can make a proper decision, when a player knows what to do on the field of play, when we have the ball, when we don't have the ball, then I think it becomes much better for them to function. We can't run away from responsibilities. We can't shy away from responsibilities. My dream, our thought is to see our team at top level doing very well. But the reality is that we have to ask ourselves, are we really investing? How much are we spending to make sure that our players become the top class players we wish them to be? So hopefully we understand. I hope we'll continue to do what is right. I hope we'll do the best thing regardless of where one is coming from. The issue of Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa thing, I think, is a big problem in this country. And when people start seeing other people, not about their ethnic background, when we start know where someone is coming from, what can this person do? Does he have what it takes to move the country forward? And then I think we will start doing what is right. But when we continue Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa thing, one of the non-Igbo, non-Hausa, non-Yoruba, and who give them the opportunity, and they are good because they are not Igbo, they are not Hausa, they are not Yoruba, then they don't deserve to be in a place. I think it's a wrong perspective, and it's a wrong signal to Nigerians. It's a wrong way of thinking. We just have to be ourselves. We have to believe that everybody is equal. We have to believe that the day there is no first and second class citizen in a country, then I think start to move west.
Emmanuel Amunike, former African Footballer of the Year, former Barcelona star, and coach of the victorious Golden Eagles in Chile. Thank you so much for being part of the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, thank you, Coach. Thank you.
Well, time for the main issue on hot sports, and this week we are focusing on the Golden Eaglets. Of course, they have gotten all the attention we need. Just in the past 3 weeks, Nigerians have been following them closely, and they have capped it up with a successful finish at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup in Chile. And what we are trying to focus on hot sports this week is looking at the boys after the success story of Chile, with offers coming from different foreign clubs. Should the boys go for mega deals? That is the main issue we are addressing on hot sports this Saturday.
Records were shattered as the FIFA Under-17 World Cup wound to a close in Chile. The Golden Eagles achieved the record 5th title in the competition, while Mali reached the final for the first time. Victor Osimhen sent Sinama Pongole and Suleiman Koulibaly's record of 9 goals in a single tournament to the archives as he struck home his 10th in the final against Mali. Some may not know it, but this is the first time the Golden Eagles will win the competition after losing a game in the group stages. All these records aside, the future of these lads lie in wait for them after a brilliant performance in Chile. The scramble to harness their talents has already started, as agents who with their own interests at heart would hope to hurry these boys into making major decisions that can make or mar their future. The Nigerian Football Federation, in an effort to secure the future of Nigerian football, has moved to try and protect them from unscrupulous and greedy agents out to make a quick buck of these lads. That is quite commendable, as in the interest of careers just starting, it will be the best for them to move to clubs that will enhance their development. While we pour accolades on these young boys, let us not forget their future. Let's help them to make informed decisions and not make the mistakes those before them have made.
And to trash out the main issue this week on the Golden Eaglets will be Chukwuka Izwegbuna and Larry Pinel.
Educationists will tell you that you take your education one step after the other. You move from primary 1 to primary 2 all the way to secondary school to university, and that's how the growth process is supposed to be. That is the norm. Of course, we have a few people who will take multiple steps, exceptionally brilliant ones, take multiple steps, move from primary 1 to primary 3, and their growth doesn't stunt. But we all know that it's not the norm. And that's why I'm telling the Golden Eaglets now, they've done well in winning the FIFA Under-17 World Cup, and they are getting fantastic offers from all over the world, from Europe, from South America, and those offers are too tempting to say no to. But in the interest of their growth process, in the interest of the future, it is best for them to say no now to those offers and help them become better players. They are still growing. They are still learning. They shouldn't take offers that will stunt their growths. The likes of Tottenham Hotspurs, Chelsea, Arsenal, they are all asking to get them now. They get there and their growth process is stunted. It is best for them at this stage of their life, at this stage of their career, to focus more on growing than making money.
One of the greatest contributors to education in the world, particularly on the theory of evolution, mentioned the fact that it is not the fastest of human beings or the strongest of species that actually survive, but human beings that are able to adapt to their environment. What am I trying to say? Over time, Nigerian football has actually evolved, so that in 1985, when under 16 won the Kodak World Cup, then there was no need to go abroad or go for mega deals or lucrative offers abroad. Fast forward 30 years, it is the time. The environment suggests that for you to survive, you may actually need to accept mega deals abroad. In other words, what the Nigerian environment doesn't offer you, especially for many of these footballers who see football as an end, not a means to an end, it shows you the pecuniary interest is more powerful than even the love for football itself. So if a contract comes from Manchester City, Arsenal, or Manchester United, or even in Besiktas in Turkey, or say a club like CSKA Moscow, or somewhere in Vietnam, I think these boys should accept it. Reason: Taraba United or any of the Nigerian clubs may default and not pay you as a when due, and you don't get it abroad.
You see some players, they will prefer to go to an Ajax because they know that Ajax will groom them to become the kind of player they will later be in life. Example, we have Kanu Nwankwo. He was at Ajax, and from there he grew on to become a superstar, earning big money, bigger than those who went to bigger clubs. We have players like Luis Suarez, who also went to a club like Ajax. We know that there are clubs in Europe who will not offer you big money because they know you are not a finished product, and they are ready to groom you, to train you to become that finished product. But for Golden Eaglets now, all these players, the thought of playing at Arsenal is enticing. The thought of playing in a Chelsea is enticing. But look through all these clubs and look and ask yourself, how many players in your age category have actually made it through the ranks? Even the ones in the Arsenal academy have been farmed out to other clubs to gain experience and learn. And this same Arsenal, this same Spurs, this same Chelsea, they now come for you, offering you, in my opinion, pittance.
You seem to be contradicting yourself. You said Kanu Nwankwo actually went to Ajax and continued his developmental process. That is still accepting a mega deal abroad.
That's not a mega
Kanu
deal.
Nwankwo
That's
actually came from Iwanyan National and went all the way to Ajax.
It's not a mega deal. When you say a mega deal, you have a club like Man City offering. When Kelechi Iheanacho was going to Man City, the whole of Nigeria were shouting. They were like, no, look for a smaller club that will help you grow.
Has he proven his growth process now?
He has still not proven himself.
But he is in the national team now.
He's fighting hard.
He's in the national team.
He's fighting hard to justify that decision he made.
What that suggests, or what that tells me, is that the growth process has actually continued in Manchester City. Learning under the tutelage of some of the best players in the world. You're playing with David Silva, you're playing with Aguero, you're playing with Wilfred and Yaya Toure. What more do you need to learn?
How many players will you count in that category?
Well, that is the law of averages. Not everybody can actually make it to Man City. And that is why you have, that is why in that same set, you have Itawa Oni that went to Liverpool and has now been loaned out. And that is why you have Dele Alampasu, who has also gone to Portugal or Turkey or something, but is now also in the current national team.
Those clubs like that will not offer you that crazy, fantastic deal. For instance, Iheanacho is collecting £8,000 now. If he doesn't make the grade, later he will not fulfill that potential that he has. We've seen players like that.
Kelechi Iheanacho can only go up and up. There's no down for him anymore. He's starting under Manuel Pellegrini. Where is the down? He's coming. He's starting games. He's scoring goals. He's creating assists and opportunities for others to play. He is one of the most trusted players for Pellegrini now. Always on the bench if he's not starting. What else do you want from a 19-year-old? And he's in the Super Eagles. Okay, 20-year-old now. But, yes. And he's in the Super Eagles. And this was someone who played just 2 years ago at the Under-17 Nations Cup or World Cup.
You're talking of 1 in 23 players.
That's why I said love averages. It is not everybody that will play for Man City or Arsenal,
but if you look
Liverpool,
at
Chelsea.
If you look at this same law of averages, you see 17-year-olds, you see 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds at this same Man City who at the end of the day, their career is wasted because they decided to take a quantum leap when they were not ready or prepared for it.
Now, I tell you something. In England, you cannot go to England except you are an exceptional talent. Now, Kelechi Iheanacho has proven that, and that was what was in his application. He is an exceptional talent coming from Nigeria, meaning there is nobody in the present under 17-18 setup of the Man City to compete with him, and they brought him in, and he proved himself in less than 2 years, made it up to the Pellegrini's team, and he's now playing very well for club and country. That is exactly what I think we need. And
he has not proven himself for country. He played at the under
17, under 20.
He played at the under 20 World Cup, and he didn't. He was a shadow of the Kelechi Iheanacho that we knew, and he now he's been invited for the Super Eagles. He hasn't played, but we are praying that when he plays, that he will be the Kelechi Iheanacho.
Are you suggesting Kelechi should have actually gone to Sunshine Stars or maybe Warriors?
No, I'm not saying play on the local league, but we know that there are clubs there, smaller clubs who will afford you the opportunity of playing week in, week out. Kelechi doesn't play week in, week out at Man City. At best, he gets cameo roles, 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
At 19, that's fantastic. I mean,
but it doesn't come often.
That's very fantastic.
And
it is the fact that we can monitor him and observe him. That's why he's been able to break into the national team. Look at Isaac's success. Same national team, same competitors, same age grade. He's playing in Granada, and he hasn't been able to make it to the Super Eagles. Why has Iheanacho? Because all of the attention is on the English Premier League and all of the money and the glamour and the glitz that comes with it.
There are chances that Iheanacho will not cut the grade. If Aguero comes back now, he's been injured. Iheanacho will be relegated to the bench.
Same thing for Wilfred Bunny.
The silver.
Same thing for Wilfred Bunny.
Yes, but
Bunny will be relegated to the bench as well.
Bunny is way ahead of him.
I'll rather Iheanacho is learning with Joe Hart, Vincent Kompany, Kolarov, Zabayeta, Sagda, Toure, Bunny, and the likes than playing somewhere, obscure.
Even there is a success that you're talking about.
Gradually.
It's because in this part of the world, we don't tend to watch the La Liga.
Exactly.
And the success he's doing very well.
Very, very well for Granada. He starts almost all the games.
Yes, he plays against the likes of Lionel Messi,
I agree with
Ronaldo.
You, but he accepted a mega deal. He didn't go to Remo Stars. He didn't go to COD. He accepted a mega deal.
You cannot compare Granada with a Manchester City.
Look, I said before that for these footballers, it is an end. Football is an end. Do you want Victor Osimhen to go back to selling plantain chips? Let him accept a mega deal now.
That is the mistake.
Kelechi Iheanacho's father said, "Make una leave my son, no, make una leave my pikin, in local parlance." He had to accept a mega deal. £8,000. That's a lot of money.
I think
in Nigeria.
Take somebody like Kanu, for instance. Take Luis Suarez. Suarez played at Ajax, and he learned the ropes there. So that when he got to Liverpool, he was a star because he had honed his skills over time by playing regularly. He became a star to the point that he became bigger than Liverpool. He had to leave.
The same thing with
Kanu. Kanu played at Ajax. He had the opportunities. He learned.
In every 11.
You don't always.
In every 11, there will be some superstars. For this last 11, Kelechi Iheanacho, Taiwo and Isaac's success seems to be the stars, and they are already in Europe proving their mettle. And some of them will still go under 23, while some of them will end up with the Super Eagles. Others will lag behind a little bit. That's why I said theory of evolution. It is who is able to adapt quickly to the environment that survives, and that's why it looks like Iheanacho now is ahead of it. The process matters, and that is why Iheanacho led. Remember last season, he couldn't break into the Man City team. He went on pre-season. He played a couple of games, scored a couple of goals, but still he couldn't even break it. Now he's breaking into the team. And if Aguero retires or there's a major injury, as we have seen now, Iheanacho will get his opportunity. So for me, I think they should accept mega deals. And don't forget that the money is also very important.
We know the money is important.
It is too crucial to ignore.
Well, the final whistle on Hotsports this week, the boys should get a contract that should be able to guide them through, make them relevant for so many years after down, so that they will be useful at the under-20 level, useful at the under-23 level, and of course very relevant when it comes to the Super Eagles. We don't want a situation where they are okay today and they just disappear into the moon tomorrow. That's not the way to manage and annex the players. What do you think? Get back to us on our social network platform and through SMS, and we'll be very glad to highlight your views on the program. Of course, on Tuesday, to be the return leg of the World Cup qualifier, 2018 World Cup qualifier between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and of course the team from Swaziland. And let me say congratulations to Enyimba of Aba for emerging champions of the Nigeria Premier League. That's how far we can go on Hotsports this weekend. We'll be back again next Saturday.